Ladies and gentlemen, Manchester United have signed a striker who is under 30. Not only have we signed a striker, we have signed somebody who could become one of Europe's best strikers in Rasmus Hojlund. That really is quite a funny little soundbite. But welcome to Manchester United, Rasmus Hojlund. He has now been officially announced. We've been waiting, and we've got our man. It might not be the Harry Kane that Erik Ten Hag really envisages at the start of the season, but I tell you what, I hope that he can fulfill the promise that he arrives at Manchester United with, because if he can, we have got a diamond on our hands. Erik Ten Hag could have looked at a number of strikers after Harry Kane, but Rasmus Hojlund was specifically chosen. The profile of Hojlund matched exactly what Ten Hag wanted, and we've got him in. Look at that, man. Let's be totally honest. How good is it that Manchester United, before the first game of the season, going into Wolves, we've got a new goalkeeper who's going to make such a transformative difference to how we build up the play. We've got a new number 8 in Mason Mount who's going to make a dramatic difference in how good we are at the team press, transitions, the Ten Hag style of football. And we've got a new, we've got a new striker. And that was the priority this summer. And we've got him in before the first game of the season. And I tell you what, looking at this starting 11 now. Of course, it's going to be difficult this season. I'm not expecting Hojlund to spank 30 goals in. But that team there, what a progression that is. With Hojlund up there, with Mason Mount here, with Onana there, this team is so much better than it was last year. What's your reaction to Hojlund being signed, and how excited are you? Do you think that some United fans are going over the top? Because I don't think they are. I think, for me, when it comes to the excitement of Hojlund, context is required. Let me quickly give you a history lesson, right? These are Manchester United's transfer windows prior to this one. Well, Wout Weghorst on loan. I'm just specifically looking at strikers. Wout Weghorst on loan. We scroll back a little bit further. Ronaldo, he was, 36 when he came in? And that didn't exactly work out. Season before, we had Cavani in on loan. That didn't exactly, it did to a certain degree, but over 30. Odion Igalo on loan and paying 12 million for the privilege. My word. Season before, no strikers. Season before was the last time that we actually signed a striker of any note and spent on it, but Lukaku, it didn't work out. It was never really going to work out. And Alexis Sanchez, let's not even mention Alexis Sanchez. The year before, what have we got? Zlatan Ibrahimovic, over 30. I think you get the pattern here. Go down here a little bit more. We see Anthony Martial. Now, that was the one that could have and should have worked out, but injuries really got in the way of that. Let's go to the season before. No strike. Falcao, geez, again, over 30, on loan. Season before. Nobody. Season before. Robin van Persie. I've just scrolled through 10 years worth of strikers who really haven't worked out at Manchester United. 10 years. You can understand why I'm playing this tune. Because we've signed this lad. Not going to play the whole thing this time. But you can see the point I'm trying to get at. This is why United fans are so excited about him. And I'll tell you what, Erik Ten Hag is excited about him too. Gonzalo Ramos was there. Gonzalo Ramos was available. After Harry Kane, we could have gone anywhere. We could have looked at all the other strikers. We were only told about Kolo Muani. But Gonzalo Ramos, a man who's got more experience than Hojlund. Champions League proven, Champions League goals, World Cup hat-trick. When he came on to replace Ronaldo, that was a massive story. But Ten Hag and Manchester United said, no, we want Hojlund. And if that doesn't give you like a show of faith in Hojlund's abilities, I don't know what will. I suppose it's how much you trust Erik Ten Hag's judgment. Because I think on his signings so far, I think his judgment has been very, very good. And I hope that Hojlund can be added into that category. Now, speaking of Ronaldo earlier, Hojlund, he's saying this previously, he's like, my father introduced me to Ronaldo when he was at United. I like his mentality, eagerness to score goals. And I'll tell you what, lad, if you can come in and have even, 50% of the impact that Ronaldo did, you will go down as an absolute star. But there's something I really want to say here, because I'm here, and all United fans, well, I don't need to tell you this, we'll all support Hojlund in what will be a tough first season. But I want to add some context. What was Harry Kane doing when he was 20 years old? He was down here on loan at Leicester. You can't see it there. Scroll up. He was down there on loan at Leicester in the Championship. Hojlund's 20. He's going to be playing for Manchester United in the Premier League. What was Ivan Toney doing when he was 20 years old? I'll tell you what Ivan Toney was doing. Ivan Toney was on loan at Barnsley, I think it was, 7 years ago. Barnsley in League One. Ivan Toney playing for Barnsley. Harry Kane playing for Leicester. This man playing for Manchester United. It's going to be a tough transition for him. The expectations are going to be immediate. The pressure from external media and other fans, they are going to will him to fail. The scrutiny on Manchester United, I think there's only a select amount of clubs that you can make a move to United and it not be a step up. I think Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and I think Liverpool. I think those 5 clubs, comparatively, from fan bases and global sort of scale, probably towards that top tier. I'm not sure there's any other clubs that will fall into that same category. From Atalanta to United is a big old... look, he's played in front of tough crowds before. Played at Napoli away. He's played at Lazio away. He's played in big environments. But this is the Premier League. This is where the scrutiny and the magnification goes up tenfold. And I've said this before, and I'll say it so many times, but I'm going to specifically say this in this video, which is for his announcement. Give me these types of signings over Galactico signings any day of the week. 3 players there. Patrice Evra, Nemanja Vidic, and of course Cristiano Ronaldo. 3 players who were brought to United as talented stars, as youngsters with potential, who grew up to become all world-class players. And in Ronaldo's case, the single best player in the entire world at Manchester United. They are the types of signings that I love to see our club make. Is it a risk signing Rasmus Hojlund? Yeah, it's a risk. He's 20. It was a lot of money. Sure. But does Erik Ten Hag look at him and believe that he can coach him and maximise his potential in the same way Fergie was able to? It's going to be a different sort of ball game, of course. But I trust that Ten Hag has signed the right man. And Manchester United, as I said, have finally got a striker that I think we can be proud of. A striker that I think other clubs can look at and go, you know what? Bit jealous that Man United have signed him. I don't think you could say that with many strikers that we've signed in the last 10 years, if any. You can say it with a couple, I suppose, but not many at all. And I'm just absolutely stoked that we've got these 3 signings in time to play Wolves on the first day of the Premier League season. It's such a dramatic shift. First day of the Premier League last season, we went in and we lost to Brighton at home. We lost away at Brentford, and it felt like games 39 and 40 of the previous season. And it took us a while to get going. I imagine it will take a while for Hojlund to get going, right? No one's expecting him to come in and start banging in goals straight away. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But I think somewhere in the 10 to 20 goal region in his first season in all competitions, I think that will be enough for Hojlund in his first year. He's 20. According to the rules, there are no rules, but according to how we understand it, he's going to be at his peak as a footballer around about 26. That's normally what you say is the prime, isn't it? 26 to 29, roughly thereabouts for a footballer. So he's 6 years of being his absolute best. And if Harry Kane grew up to become one of the best strikers in Premier League history, then that's got to be the aim and the ambition of Hojlund. The Haaland comparisons are lazy. The Haaland comparisons are easy. And that's what will be happening all season long from external sources. But as fans, we will support Hojlund. And he is now being announced as Manchester United's new striker. I'm so excited to see his debut. Maybe it will come against Wolves. You can let me know what you think in the comments below. But Onana, Mount, and Hojlund, all before we've kicked a ball in the Premier League, and maybe Amrabat to come too. This could well be one of the best summer transfer windows in United's history once we look back on it. And this kid's arrival is a big part of it.